Alright, boys and girls, welcome to the DFS experience for Wednesday, January 17th. This video is brought to you by our friends over at Thrive Fantasy, the player prop website where you can play against the house or play against other players in contest format. You do get a deposit match up to $250 if you use my promo code DFS Chapel, or you can use the link that's in my description. We got a 9-game slate. I'm only going to do DraftKings, so I don't really got to rush through the video. Obviously, not obviously, but more than likely, if the players in my player pool for DraftKings, they're in my player pool for FANDUEL, just keep your eye on the salary difference. And if you have any questions, you can throw it to me in the chat, and I will absolutely help you, like always. We're going to start with DraftKings. We're going to start with point guard Luka Magic 10-9. Ankle. Probably don't feel like they need Luka to beat the Lakers because the Lakers aren't a good team right now. So we're going to keep our eye very closely on Luka, because if Luka doesn't play, you're absolutely playing Kyrie and maybe Tim Hardaway Jr. Kyrie's healthy. His mind is on basketball. He's been amazing. Trae Young 9.8, tough matchup against Orlando, still in the player pool. Donovan Mitchell 9.6, amazing matchup, fire him up. Kyrie, we just spoke about him. He looks good. If Luka was in, he looks greater. He looks even better without Luka. He's in play too. Lonzo, fucking LaMelo. LaMelo, matchup proof, tough matchup. I think the Pelicans have the best assortment of perimeter defenders in the league. Top to bottom. That's what I think. Nobody talks about them. The media talks about the same 3-4 teams, but I think the Pelicans have the best wing defenders. I think Charlotte gets smokes. What the fuck am I talking about? I think they get smoked, and it does affect LaMelo's minutes, but you're not really supposed to play like that. LaMelo's in the player pool, but he wouldn't be my first guy in. Dame Dollar's in play. Curry, I think they lost. Didn't they just lose? I think they just lost. They need to win games. Curry's been okay, but right now they're getting into the nitty gritty of it, and they really do need to start winning games. Fire up Curry. Draymond is back. That should help them out a little bit. This synergy is amazing. Scotty Barnes, I'm not interested in on DraftKings. Unless Siakam gets traded on Wednesday and he's not in the lineup, I don't need Scotty Barnes. RJ Barrett's going crazy and quickly getting usage. Scotty Barnes doesn't need to do as much. 8,400. He should be 7,400. Brunson, will keep an eye on him. Anthony Edwards, 8,300. If he plays, they don't need him against Detroit, so he'll probably, depending on his injury, is it still his hip? Knee tendonitis. So we'll keep an eye on all these injuries. A lot of injuries going on. Tyler Hero, he's fine. DeJounte, if he's not traded, he's fine at 77. Still a tough matchup for fantasy points. Van Vliet, 7,500, tough matchup. The Knicks are for real, tough matchup. Quickly, 7K, he's fine. Ivy's fine. Tough matchup against Minnesota. Minnesota's great defensively also. Spurs, I don't know if you want to play any Spur besides Wemby, because Boston don't play that game. They don't play with you. Vassal's in the player pool, but I don't think I'm getting to him against Boston, and that's a blowout risk. Derek White is fine if he plays. Sexton is in play, 65. Austin Reeves, 65 in play. Holiday is fine. Podziemski, 6K, fine. Russell, Trey Jones, Suggs, Conley, Cole Anthony, Killian Hayes, all in play. Schroeder's fine at 5,300. McBride, if they start McBride at 5,300, you could take a shot on him. The rest of these guys I'm not interested in right now. There's going to be weighted enough value on a 9-game slate to have to go, bobbing for apples. Pause. All right. Ingram's in play. Jaylen Brown's in play. Middleton's in play, 7,600. Rozier, 75. Priced more appropriately. Clarkson's in play. Clarkson 6,900. Utah's won what, like nine of their last 10 games, some shit like that. I don't even know if Jordan Clarkson's still on the trade block. They might think they have something now. Let's keep an eye on Clarkson. But he's absolutely in play. RJ Barrett's too cheap. RJ Barrett has been a man amongst boys. Fire him up. Who else is here? Tim Hardaway Jr. looks fine. If there's no Luka, fire him up. He looks expensive, but what do I always say about guards against the Lakers? Okay. LeVert, you could take shots. Strus, you could take shots. Klay Thompson. Last five games for Klay. 31, 23, 53, 31, and 14. Somebody was in their feelings because I said Golden State wasn't playing well. They're not fucking playing well. And they must have had a good game that night. And this fucking guy was bent out of shape. I had to set him straight. But it's quite unfortunate that people still, what's the word I'm looking for? Suck these guys off. That's what I'm looking for. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm a Braun fan. I don't suck off the Lakers. When they're playing good, they play good. When they play bad, they play bad. If you're a Warriors fan and they're playing well, they're playing well. When they're playing bad, they're playing bad. This team been playing like shit for the last month. You could really roster Klay Thompson and feel confident, stick your chest out that he's going to give you, that he's going to hit value. Of course not. He's a streaky player. He's had some very good games, but he's been playing bad all season. I don't get it. Can you play Klay Thompson on Wednesday? Yes. Is he in the player pool? Yes. Will he be my first guy in? No. If he's my last man in, I don't have no problem playing him at 6K. Just squeeze my butt cheeks together and pray to God that he doesn't shit the bed. You feel me? That's all it is. Bogdanovich is in play. Jalen Green's in play. Trey Murphy's in play. 5,600. Duncan Robinson, I'm not interested in. Alec Burks, they need to trade Alec Burks too, because Detroit's not going anywhere. Brandon Miller, Mr. Locker Room himself, no thank you. Malik Beasley, if you're desperate. The rest of these guys I don't need. Jordan Hawkins is a beast when he gets opportunities. The rest of these guys I'm not interested in. Let's go to small forward. Braun is averaging more fantasy points than Tatum on DraftKings. That's wild, right? It is. But Derek White has been playing very well. Drew Holiday too. Boston, I tell you, those are 6 guys on the string. If they're healthy, you're not beating them in the playoffs. I'm sorry. They all play well. They all shoot threes. They all play defense. That's crazy. Braun 9-7, fire him up. Tatum's in play. Marketing 8-3, man of the hour. I might try to stuff Marketing in my lineup. Who the hell is going to stop him on Golden State? Nobody. Ingram's in play. Butler. Not really interested in Butler. 40 minutes. 12 shots, 16 free throws, 46 fantasy points. The problem with Jimmy Butler that he doesn't do it twice in a row. He gets $7,800. It's a good matchup against Toronto. If you want to take a shot on Butler, this is the time to do it. But I'm always scared to play him. Bojan Bogdanovic, 6'6". They need to trade his ass also. He's in play. Keldon Johnson's in play. Tough matchup. OG is a fine play. Not my first guy, but he's in the player pool. Steve Bay's in the player pool. DiVincenzo if you're desperate. Herbert Jones if you're desperate. Wiggins if he starts, I'll take a shot. Hachimura if you need value, but I'm sure there'll be value there. And then I want to go below him. And then the day I did decide to play Cam Whitmore, he played 15 fucking minutes. Was it the 12th? Probably. or the 8th. One of these two games where he plays 17 or 15 minutes, I played him. He's $4,500 if you want to take a shot on him. I'm okay with it. Who else is down here that we want to take shots on? Maybe Torian Prince if you're drunk. Who else? Fanachekio. Fanacheko. Fanachekio, $4,100. He's gonna start. He's gonna play what 18, 22 minutes. How many minutes did he play last game? 24 minutes. I mean, he's playing 24 minutes. All the guys are back. Clarkson's taking shots. Markin is taking shots. I guess he's not the best player in the world, but he'll be out there. He'll fall into some rebounds and blocks and steals. I don't really see anybody else I want to take a shot on, to be honest with you. We're about to go to FanDuel. 15 seconds. If you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell. Thumbs up the video. If you're struggling to cash, you need help, I got you. I'll send you my lineups right before lock. My optimal finalized lineups right before lock, right before tip-off. Just check out the Patreon linked in the description. Power forward. Giannis is too cheap. Fire him up. AD's too cheap. Fire him up. AD's really too cheap. He should put Dallas in the blender. Like, who's really supposed to stop him on Dallas? Randall's in play 8,900. Banchero 8,800 in a good matchup. Wemby's matchup proof because he's a freak. Siakam 79. Porzingis is in play. If Porzingis can't go, everybody else gets a bump, especially Al Horford. Karl-Anthony Towns 77. Good matchup against Detroit. Zion, great matchup against Charlotte. Miles Bridges 74, absolutely in play. Jalen Johnson 7,300 in play. Jabari Smith Jr. 6K in play. John Collins, Bobby Portis, Draymond Green, Naz Reid, Al Horford, Kuminga, Sohan, Mo Wagner, PJ Washington, Dario Saric, Okongwu, all in play. You feel me? Center. You got Bam, 9K. There's nobody that can handle Bam against Toronto. Jared Allen been playing amazing. A little bit of a decent matchup for him. I don't want to say tough, but 81 Minnesota's a good matchup for him. Sengun's in play. Valanciunas is in play at 75. Jalen Duren. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm lying. Jared Allen is playing Milwaukee. I thought it said Minnesota. I'm bugging. Jared Allen had the great matchup against Milwaukee. Nobody fears Brook Lopez. Jalen Duren is the one with the tough matchup against Minnesota. Gobert has a good matchup against Detroit. Duren does get his stats, but he's not no stopper. Hartenstein is fine because all he needs to do is grab rebounds and get some blocks. So Hartenstein is always in play. Brook Lopez has a tough matchup. Capella's in play. Nick Richards, if you need the value. Mo Wagner, if that's your last man in. Where is... If they start Goga, you could take a shot. If they start Wendell Carter, you could take a shot. They should be split in center. Not even split in center, because Mo Wagner gets a little piece of the action too. Larry Nance Jr. if you're desperate. Jackson Davis if you're desperate. And if they start Jonte Porter again, he played 15 minutes? I probably still play Thaddeus Young. I have 4,100 for value. You got Thaddeus Young at center for value. You got Barlow at center for value. But like I always tell you, if you just build your dummy lineup and wait for starting lineups, wait for news to come out, value will present itself and your lineups will build itself. You feel me? Listen, I'm going to go on and get out of here. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up the video. Check out the Patreon link in the description if you want me to send you my lineups right before lock. And I'm out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.